talking about the Great Bath at Mohenjo-daro. Great Bath was a large rectangular tank in a courtyard, a kind of a place known as a veranda in common. It was constructed with bricks coated with plaster to make it waterproof. Step was constructed on both the sides so that one can get in and can get out easily. Even changing rooms were being constructed nearby. Water was taken from well and was drained out after its being used. Have a look over this picture. You will have a clear idea about what I was trying to explain you in the previous slide. Talking about the great granary in Harappa, it was a big building with a solid bricks to store the food grains for the future use. And the grains which were stored into it were wheat, barley, millets, sesams and pulses, which was found there in that time. Take a look over it. The assembly hall was the another big structure of Mohenjo-daro with multiple pillars, and around 20 pillars were constructed in 4 rows to support the above roof. Have a look over the picture given below. Trade and transport. As we talk about it, they were the great traders. They had all the kind of facilities like standard measures and weights. They even used carts for road transport. Even the evidences of Indus seals were found, which give a proof that we had a trade with Mesopotamia, which in modern day is known as Iraq, Kuwait and parts of Syria. King of Mesopotamia used to purchase the jewelry from Indus Valley people, so that it makes another clear idea that the Indus people were involved into the jewelry making business too. Even the cylindrical seals of Persians and Mesopotamians were also found there, which proves that Indus people had trade relations with them. Dockyard at Lothal, Gujarat, which proves that they even used to trade through waterways. Have a look over the picture of the dockyard in the Lothal, Gujarat. Leader of Mohenjo-daro. It was being described based on a statue which was being found out by the time of excavation undertaken out there. The structure was a kind of a seated male with a band on forehead, and an ornament on his head was found. The hairs were combed with a fine beard, piercing in the ears, with the head ornament attached with earrings. Shawl garment with a design of flower and rings was found being covered to that structure. Such kind of shawls are even being used today by the people. Look over the picture and you will have a clear idea about what I was explaining you in the previous slide. Do you know the hidden treasures of Indus Valley civilization? Okay, let me tell you. Although the inscriptions were found, but the languages was so different that it was very difficult to make out for the archaeologist that what was written in it, and they are still trying to crack that, but it's too difficult to make out what it is written out there. So we can look around to the different things found out from there to make a mindset that what kind of a life they lived. Like for example, through cotton fiber, clay spindles, woolen, etc. They were the peace lovers. They led a life of love and peace. As because only few weapons were found and there had not been a single evidence regarding the armies, which makes a clear sense that they were the peace lovers. They didn't believe in violence. Talking about the ornaments, it was popular among both men and women. They liked to wear necklaces, armlets, bangles, finger rings, earrings, and anklets, which was made out of gold, silver, ivory, copper, terracotta, and other precious stones. Who governed them all? Might be they had a kind of a central government system which managed everything that took place in the entire city. Talking about their occupation, the main occupation is not yet known, but however, through the evidences which found out there, on the basis of that, we can make out that they were involved in agriculture, handicrafts, pottery, jewelry making, weaving, carpentry work, and trading were also being practiced out there. Even cattle rearing was also being done by them. Talking about the pottery, it was done on a potter's wheel with the help of mud, painted in red color with the beautiful designs in black over it. It had animal figures and some sort of a geometric designs on it. Have a look over the picture given below. Talking about the religious belief, there had not evidence being found out regarding the same, but they used to worship Mother Goddess, which we can say based on the statues of females which was being found during the excavation. Toy culture. Toys like carts, cows, clay balls, monkeys, squirrels, dogs, and male dancers were found, which was made out of terracotta material, which makes a clear sense that they even enjoyed playing with the toys. Now, what happened to Harappans? How the Indus Valley civilization came to an end. End of it might have started by the 1900 BCE, and the reasons behind that must be the repeated floods, might be the environmental changes or natural calamity, climatic changes, deforestation, or the last thought which was being given was of a pandemic situation like we are facing today regarding COVID-19. General facts about Indus Valley civilization. It was considered as one of the oldest civilization in the whole world and was largest among all the four ancient civilizations, and had the world's first planned cities with the advanced drainage system and a high sense of awareness on the public health. That's all for today. Thanks and have a nice day ahead.